even though
I'm not saying I liked it. I got where he was coming from, but
I mean, yeah. Why talk about Pep? Because we're gonna have plenty of time to talk about him. I want to talk about Ruben Dias chatting shit about Southampton post match, which gave the admin for Southampton FC a chance to dunk all over Man City, like Vince Carter's dunk a death style. If you don't know his Vince Carter's 2000 Olympics feat jumping over French player Frederick Weiss, he is 7'2", by the way. 7'2", like just jumps over him. This is the noise that the commentator makes after that. I have it clipped up because it's, if you haven't seen it, look it up. But this is, again, the noise live of the commentary who just watched Vince Carter jump over a man who is 7'2".
Carter inside.
Woo! I saw that shit. I couldn't even be mad. Like, I was like, yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah. It's Vince Carter. That was in his run. That was when he still had hair. In fact, that's crazy. But that is the level of dunk at Southampton have on the club that I love, and I hate it. Relegation side was able to turn a draw into a big W spiritually. All they won was the draw. 12 points. A draw would get them to 12 points, which they would pass Derby County's 2007-2008 record of 11 points in a Premier League season. Like, I get it. I hate it. We'll talk into it. We'll talk a little bit. I mean, there's plenty more to talk about. But Southampton, Ruben Dias, you got shooketh, angry, frustrated because of a club with 6 draws and 28 losses? You let Southampton piss you off enough that you stepped in front of a camera, brought a mic in front of you, and then said they don't even try to play. They are just wasting time the whole game. I don't even feel like they wanted to play the game or win the game. They are just sitting around. That is not big boy teams. My cold open question is, why is he talking? His whole thing is little, like, be strong, slide tackling into the right places at the last second in a dynamic manner. Be beautiful, like just the strong, silent type. Why is he talking? Pep disagreed with him. There's plenty of other Pep things to talk about, so we won't play that for you. We have the end of season review for City Women, our Baby Blue Baddies, which we have our own end of the season review and some Q&A mailbag questions from social media. But Sharpie, I'll start with you. What is Diaz's problem? Like, why is he such a shook one over Southampton? What's going on?
Well, if you want to know why he started talking, it's because you can go to youtube.com and search Ruben Dias, and you will find the official Ruben Dias YouTube page. I think he's on the hunt for subscribers. I think he wants to build his brand. He realizes, like, hey, I'm a defender. I'm not going to get the big contracts. I can't be, Gucci, Dior. I got to do something else. So he's got to be the strong vocal leader, right? He's got to be talking. Maybe he sees himself as like doing what Rio Ferdinand does in 10 more years, right? So he's trying to build his capacity for content. Do I think it was right? No, I think you sound soft. Like Kobe did that GIF where we saw him mouth soft. Like that was him. It was very soft, very stupid. It's not the first time we played a low block, especially against a bottom 3, one of the worst teams in Premier League history side. It's just stupid. So, Tom, what do you think? What is your reasoning for his stupidity?
I don't have I can't explain something that dumb. I really can't. What's the saying? You can't make sense out of nonsense. So I'm not going to. But what I will say is that I will pose this question back. Do y'all think that saying some stupid stuff like that talked him out of being the number 1 captain when the 2025-26 season opens? Because I'm not sure that I would want to go down, like, I'm not sure that I'm voting for him as club captain talking like that.
That vote between him and Rodri, because those are the two, in my opinion, is going to be so great. Like, I would love to get the behind the scenes of like how this works, or who voted for who, seriously, because Rodri is the best player in the world and on the team. He just happened to be out this season. And look what happened. Ruben, you were there, and you couldn't man a defense without Rodri in front of you. Let's just call it what it is until the very end when Vardy saved you on the back, and O'Reilly saved you. So in my vote, I hope Ruben is the vice captain to Rodri's captain.
Yeah.
Much in the way Fernandinho was a captain back in the day. Except obviously Rodri's getting a lot younger and can have it for multiple years. Because I think your captain should be like the best, like one of your 2 or 3 best players. And I feel like we kind of got off of that a little bit, but I like Rodri as that centerpiece, in my opinion. But maybe it is Ruben. Maybe they like his speeches. I don't know.
I will be interested to see what. Also, since we're going to talk about this, I'll be interested to see what Phil's contribution to the the captaincy board will be. Because I mean, in theory, you would want a player who came to your academy, who you home grew, to be captain.
Yes.
And your captain also got an acronym. Not you doing the Dominique Foxworth on it. Charlie's got these big old zeros in front of his eyes.
It ain't no board. He ain't one of the top five. The hell? Think about the big people. Rodri, Holland, Diaz. Set. Gundo's still going to be there. Shit, I'll take Kova's leadership over Phil Foden. I take Vardy over Phil Foden. I don't see Phil Foden as a leader. I see him as a doer. He had a bad season. It's cool. Phil Foden didn't lead nobody. He's too little. Too little to lead. You got to have some size. Can't be 5'7" out here leading people. This is me having a short man bias, okay? Sorry. Did David Silva become a captain? No. David Silva's better than Phil Foden. Well, he wasn't like top captain. He might have been on the board. But again, Phil Foden, maybe he's number 5 on some like he got the Burts with him. You know, he gets O'Reilly's vote, he gets Rico's vote, he get whoever else they get from the academy. Get a nigga out of here. 5'9" and up. 5'9" and up.
That's hilarious. I love this. This is what you get for a cold open. That's what I'm talking about, a cold open, baby. We making art over here. Capitalize the A.
I hate the most is when you don't want the ball.
I hate it.
You have permission to make a mistake. You have permission to lose. You have permission.
And that's when we get big.
Yeah, I'm a genius.
Attack everyone and send everyone.
I think we're forgetting the most important thing. We're forgetting about focusing just on ourselves.
But we can do better. We need to take the next step, and there's no better place than taking the next step here.
Show ourselves out there how much we want to win it again.
We win 4 of the last 5 Premier League, guys. 4 of the last 5 Premier League. Are we going to do it again?
Don't ask me again about doubles, triples, quadruples, fifth-tuples, six-tuples, and seven-tuples. So,
Don't do it. Hey, and welcome to episode 140. Shades of
World's famous.
We are the most comprehensive show about Manchester City, covering both sides of the Mason-Dixon line. We making hard over here. Capitalize the A. I missed the line. We are the most comprehensive show about Manchester City, covering both the men's and women's game. I just got so excited saying we're spanning both sides of the Mason-Dixon line because we all over the place. And I'm also going to be in Arkansas this weekend. My sister, again, graduating culinary school. I will be doing the lit stream from Arkansas. So I'm super excited. I'll be I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do for this graduation because it actually is at the same time. So,
Phone, bro. Phone, put it on your lap. You got to they got to do all the pomp and circumstance first. And you'll probably get through the first 15 minutes before names are called. You said last name's B. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, last name's B. Boom. That means she's done within the first 50 people, and then you just focus on the game because you got to wait for everybody else that you don't care about. So you only got to be alert for like a 5-minute window.
Do have to wait? I can't just like go run to the nearest bar after.
I'm saying you can leave. Like I think you can leave and just be back.
Oh, you think I can? Okay,
I'm
okay,
saying
cool.
if you just want to stay there from a physical presence, just have the phone there.
Okay.
ESPN Plus.
Yeah, I want to see how that goes down with his mom. Like you.
Oh, I've already talked to my mom. My mom.
Go.
Hey, I'm not gonna say I'm the favorite, but I'm the oldest. So the oldest, I guess, depending on some families, but I'm the oldest. There, I get some leeway from her, and she has already just been like, "Hey, look, there's a dinner. You're gonna be with the family the entire weekend." Like, and that's exactly what she said. Hey, then her name's at B. She has to actually leave to go prepare the party for her, like go and decorate and stuff like that. If she's leaving, I figure I could just go with her. She does her decorating thing. I do my being able to not have to stifle every yell, moment of fear or happiness and a graduation because they've been doing that. No, this is the thing. Another tangent on a tangent. In graduations nowadays, they're like, wait for clapping until the end. Someone always ends up breaking, and then that's when all hell breaks loose. But this is also a Southern graduation.
Ain't nobody waiting for nothing. Ain't nobody waiting. Every family of African American origin will be celebrating as they should.
Let me tell you something. Every time that somebody in my family graduated from something, my father clapped because he said, all this goddamn money that I done paid to y'all, I'm going to clap what the hell I want to clap.
What you going to do? Put them out? They ain't going to do
high
shit.
School and college.
Culinary school, veterinary school, firefighter school. Clap all the time.
When we hear your name on the 2 and the 4. Boom.
All right. My show bros got me right. All right. I'm gonna handle that. Appreciate you guys. You help me feel better, if I want to make the decision, it's now it's thought out. It's cleaned, seconded.
I just want to add, Crunk, like I was on Mother's Day watching El Clasico right outside of church. So like it's okay, bro. Like do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. And it was worth it, okay? If you watched any of that match, it was fucking phenomenal.
It was insane. Oh man, but enough about me, my show bros. How are you? I'm with Sharpie Charlie and Tom Bomb. Tom Bomb, how's it going?
It's going good. Had my mom over yesterday to make dinner. Had her and my dad over for the first time. Showed them the new place.
Nice.
That was nice. I know it was like all grown up and stuff, and my domestic women's team got it back on the rails. Got to see that and report that, and that was great. And you might see me on something else here soon this week. Just stay peeled.
Follow him at Tom Bomb 816 wherever on socials. For me, man, getting home for Mother's Day, I was literally probably home for exactly 24 hours. I think I pulled up at like 3:30 on Saturday in the afternoon. I left at 3:30 Sunday. So yeah, I was in town for 24 hours, but like I saw mom, grandma, baby sister who I hadn't seen in a long time, dad, stepmom, godparents that I hadn't seen like since COVID. So like it was just a beautiful weekend.
I love that.
And also I just want to shout Tom out, right? Because throughout this pod, I would say all three of us have done some life moves and changes, right?
Yeah.
I know Crunk, you had not super far, but you did move. I've done coast to coast. Tom has done Denver back to, KC. Man's fell in love. He got a dog. My man's is out here. Like I just want to show some love and flowers to Tom. Just living life.
I appreciate you seeing me out here living life, and I really do. Thank you, sir.
Of course, man. And these times, while that man is in office, 35 minutes from my house, we need to all embrace all the joy we can. Seriously, like that is my, we choose joy daily. That's what we do, baby. So I'm proud of you, bro. Happy for you. Crunk, happy you are there. Happy you get to see your sister, see your family. I know you love your nieces. We got to embrace this shit. Like this is what we need.
That's big facts. That's big facts. Well, this is
Hey,
nice.
football.
Real good start. Before we get into anything else at all, what I need you to do right now, like the episode if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe if this is your first time coming to us, being a member of Shady Gang. That is what we call to people who enjoy us, appreciate us. You're all Shady Gang to us. Shady Gang, let's go. Podcast, if you're listening, rate, review, 5 stars. Leave a review, say something nice. That will help boost our podcast, feed us into the algorithm and all those silly things. Oh, man. Fun episode. Well, the match against Southampton, not necessarily fun, but we're going to have that. We're going to have some conversations. We got FA Cup to look forward to with Man City. Their season, our Man City women, our season is over. And Baby Blue Baddies, our segment about Man City women. We will quickly talk about that match, but take a look at the season. I gave us some categories to go over, and I reached out to social media out there, Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky. Hey, you got any questions for us about Man City women?
And y'all showed out.
Really did. So appreciate y'all. We got some questions on that. So let's get into this match at Southampton. Shout out to the traveling fans. That's Southampton. That's a trip. That is north to south. Wow. Good on y'all for that. Whether you rode, you drove. I don't know if you fly in that. I mean, in America, for 9 hours, it is perfectly understandable to fly. If you're flying across country, that makes just as much sense for people who want to drive. So if someone flew from Manchester to wherever you land in Southampton, if you have an airport, I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything. But also good on you guys. Talking about everything but this match. Pep gave it up in the embargo interview. Shout out to the homie Jack Gone, who kind of cracked open the floodgates and got Pep talking when he basically asked, how hard has this season been for you?
Oh, have been more demanding. Much more. When you don't win, it's more demanding in terms emotionally and preparing and the moods and everything. So it's more difficult. Have been more difficult than the previous seasons that we play, for the winning for the titles.
And he chose the word demanding. Follow-up question from Jack. Was this the most demanding season of your career?
Been the more difficult, yeah. That's for sure.
He said it was the most difficult. I feel like difficult is actually worse than demanding. Because, demanding, it's work. Some people love their jobs, and sometimes it's more demanding than others. They don't mind that. But difficult, that's tough. I mean, we know this, though. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing surprising. It's nothing new. But hearing it from Pep means something. But let's shift the questioning, because I guess the journalist kind of felt what was going on and kept it up. Well, Pep, do you have anything left to prove?
The time you had to prove ourselves. When I listened to players said, what I've done in my career, I don't have anything to prove. Completely wrong. They should retire. What they've done is done. So the people pay the tickets to come to the stadium to do every time. I had to prove myself again and again. And I'm disappointed myself when it's not going well. So when I retire and I will love, and after we review my career, I said, okay, I've been good or I've been bad or could be better, could be worse. But right now, next game, I have to prove myself. So life don't live for memories.
Life don't live for memories. That's some shit a high schooler does. And, back in my day, you remember that shit? No, what are you doing right now? And also people, just don't care about that stuff. You remember earlier in the season, Pep was going, what have I done? What have I done? You guys talking about now. What about the past, bruh? Life doesn't live on memories. Look at him growing, adjusting, always evolving. Pep and was asked about Holland. He said in an interview that the team hasn't been hungry. Okay. What do you think then, Pat?
If it's the feeling from Erling, they should talk each other, the players, and ask themselves why.
Like, ooh, I have one more, but I'm sure you're asking, why am I playing so much Pep? I don't know. I feel like he does a great job at saying enough that helps you kind of understand what's going on in the season and how to kind of handle it. Maybe adjust the levels of head loss. I mean, we're sitting in third, whatever. We lost. We drew. We lost. It was a spiritual loss to Southampton, but in the game they drew to Southampton. What has been wrong with this season, Pep? Can you point out just things that are specific? Don't vague answer us to death.
We had a lot of injuries. We didn't have the energy. We tried most of the time, but we were not able to do it. I didn't find the way to let them feel comfortable and winning games, that help us to winning more games, to be there. But at the same time, it's happened. So you cannot win all the time in your career. So accept the reality like a normality that is life, and learn and improve.
Okay. Obviously, I'm big picture story, mostly because we're getting to the end of the season. Southampton. We are where we are. We basically have locked Champions League football down. That's good. Where we finish, technically, it doesn't matter because we're not the champions. Would it be nice to beat Arsenal? Now, I just want to get ahead of Newcastle. If we're gonna if we're gonna lose to Arsenal by 1 point, also can't be Newcastle. These are mental trophies. This isn't what we used to be. I mean, after hearing Pep saying all of this stuff, I mean, what stuck out to you? I guess what does this leave? Maybe adjusting how you've seen the ups and downs of the season.
I mean, it clarified, or it just made everything that I've witnessed, that I've watched, it came true. Like, we know this was the hardest season of his life. It's the first time he's ever going to have we can only get 71 points, like under 75 points. Like, this is a terrible season by his standards, because his standards are, I win trophies or I finish second. That's the standard. So finishing third, fourth, fifth, yeah, it sucks. And we all watched it, so it's nothing new. But I love the honesty. I love that he doesn't like lie to our faces and go, "Oh no, this season was fine. You know, the guys, they fought so hard and it was great." It's like, no, like, shit sucked. And we had to really embrace the shit between that run from October to December.
So, Crunk, you played all of these quotes, and I'm probably about to play into a terrible sports talking head cliche.
Oh, go on.
All of those quotes that you stated, and I'm not even saying that like this was a distraction, a quote unquote distraction for the team. I feel like the team was disparate anyway. Everything that I heard sounded like a man who was fighting for his relationship with his partner. And like, I mean, you can read the Independent or you can read the Daily Mail. I don't like, there are several, like, who knows what the status of that is, and that is none of my business, and it's quite frankly none of ours as collectively. And I can also say that everything that he said sounded like someone who was going through something in his personal life and bringing it to work, or vice versa.
I mean, that makes sense to me. It's hard you can't sometimes escape the two. We've talked about spinning the block on the show, on the women's side, and same city, same passion, same club, same passion. So, hey, when you've been locked in for decades, and you got to fight for what you need. You know, you got to fight for that thing that keeps you right. And I will say, since the reports came out, that's when the running form hit. Like Pep and his wife have, rejoined. They're back together. Blah blah blah. With unbeaten streak. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Happy wife, happy work life. There we go.
There we go. We can talk about this game. I guess. Okay. Lineup. Ederson, Vardiol as left back, giving Nico O'Reilly a rest. Pep was asked about Nico O'Reilly. He basically was just like, no, I took him off at Wolves just because he's seen a lot. He's played a lot. He now needs to kind of understand what he's done, what he's seen, where he can get better, where his mistakes are. I'm just giving him some time. So that is basically what I took from that. We have Akanji. He's back at right back. We got Diaz, Lewis, Kovacic, Silva, KDB. Wide players were Foden and McAtee, if you want to call them wide players. They were on the pitch. And then Haaland up top. Sharpie, we'll start with you because you kind of hinted at how you felt about the lineup. How did you feel about the lineup?
So prior to this match, we won 5 straight matches, 4 in the Premier League and an FA Cup semifinal. It was great. Do you know who was starting beside each other? Vardiol and O'Reilly. Do you know who was the right back? Mateus Nunes. Do you know who also was on the pitch? Gundo. I'm just confused. Only thing I understand is taking up Marmoush for Holland. The big man's healthy, big man eat. I get it. But why the fuck are you changing the whole defense at a time like this? And then, because we know defense leads the offense, right? If you have fullbacks that can go out and give the width, now you can overload the midfield. You play in the pockets. We know how this shit works. You just chose to be like, no, Phil needs to feel good against Southampton. No, we need to get McAtee some run. We got to keep that valuation at 25 mil. Oh, nigga, what? Nigga, because you breaking the whole rule of like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He was like, nah, this shit working. Let's break the whole shit up. Let's make 5 changes. And when we had 8 days of rest, we played on a Friday. The game was on Saturday. Nigga had all the rest. I don't hear about rest. Nico had time to chill. There's some bullshit. It was stupid as fuck. And you left off Daku. I'm so over this dumb shit when you don't play the best fucking winger on the team. The best dribbler in the whole Premier League was on the bench. Shut the fuck up.
Sharpie is legit mad. Bro gave us 3 niggas.
We could have locked up top 5.
Nigga.
We could have locked up top 5.
I'm
I
sorry,
hate when people play in my
English
face.
People
it's
might
so annoying.
It's funny.
No, I'm black. Say what I want. It's so
Exactly.
stupid. It's dumb shit from that nigga. I'm over it. Stop overthinking the shit. Play Daku or Mamouche. One of them
you
is
brought up
pitch
the 8 days.
all the time.
You brought up the 8 days, Charlie, and that was the thing. Pep had too much time to think, and like we know, when he got too much time to think, some stuff happens. Like
galaxy brain, as people used to say.
Yeah, he's a Gen X crash out when he has too much time to think. A Gen X crash out.
Yes, that is exactly what happens. We saw the UCL final against Chelsea. Too much time to think. He had 2 weeks. He had 2 weeks. He had too much time to think about it. So he had too much time to think about it, and he was thinking, "Oh, why don't I put my best passers of the ball in this match? Because I already know that everything is going to be played in front of their net. Like everything is going to be played 30 yards in. So I'm going to put my best passers of the ball who can pass in tight spaces on the pitch at once." I'm not saying I agree with that idea. I think that that's a terrible idea. And I do understand that Pep has a habit of shielding younger players like Nico. Like, it's more like I think he just doesn't want him to get exposed. But this is not necessarily the match that you need to protect him against. And Gundo, I understand he's not.
Sorry, go for it.
I understand not being on the pitch because, I mean, he probably needed the rest. Like he probably needed, hey boss, I need a day. I need an extra week if you want me to win this trophy for you. So I get that, but like I don't have to like it. And as far as the Doku thing, I guess I mean,
hold on, because I feel like you're gonna go similarly to Sharpie. So then I guess answer me this. Pep said post-match that, hey, I put these players on. I wasn't necessarily worried about the width because I wasn't expecting them to play so defensive. I thought we were going to be able to play more with them. So once I saw that, then okay, cool. You need to put on some players who can break individuals down, and that's where Doku came on, things like that. Sharpie?
I jump visually for those that are listening to this because here's the fucking part that is so stupid. For the best manager in the history of football since I've been watching, you literally had a knowledge of that. Hey, they have the worst points record right now. Why the fuck would they just go out there and play? This isn't Fulham that's safe or Everton, whatever. No, you're playing a club that needs a point in their last few matches so they don't go to the depths of hell in Premier League rankings. But yet you were like, nah, they don't play with us. And then, Crumb, do you have the clip? I don't know if you recorded it, where he admitted that he's like, oh, after 10 to 15 minutes, I knew they fucked up. Like, I knew they were doing different shit. Did you get that one?
I have it, but I don't have it.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, you recognized it and it didn't change it. So now I feel like, again, you played in my face twice. You didn't get the shit right beforehand. And then 30 minutes into the match, he's like, nah, I'll wait till halftime. Oh, wait, I only make one change. Like, bro, whatever, man. Fucked up. Fucked up today.
And I like the whole Yankee and McAtee of the situation. I don't like it. I like that you hinted at the one sub at the half, which was McAtee off. Get out of here, sit down. Jeremy Doku, come on. And he immediately did things. He was killing it. And Pep was asked about that. Ayo, don't you think Doku would have been better to start on this? And again, he was like, yeah, but I just wasn't expecting them to play so not fun, so boring. And I get, like, again, Ruben Dias, was he wrong? No, but that is not what a champion of his level is supposed to say. It's not how champions act. We're not first in the league. So you definitely really can't be talking about how they didn't come to play. Like, what are we even getting these points for? It's just a cosmetic happiness over being Arsenal. Like, what are you doing? It all is frustrating. I mean, again, what are you? I guess here, let's keep it moving. So many shots, so many crosses, misplaced by a lot, and a bunch of different players. How was that feeling? Like, what did you see anything that was particularly wrong, or was it just the fact that he made all these changes to a bunch of players who really haven't been playing many minutes, and it was just a shit show? Like, is it as simple as that?
Yeah, I mean, they just looked really sluggish. But it
was a bunch of players that have plenty of rest under them. They shouldn't be sluggish.
I know. Yes, and they looked hungover. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm not saying that, I'm not accusing them of going out and drinking. I'm just observing, like, they weren't crisp. They didn't seem refreshed on the field. Like, I don't know.
I feel like the strategy when Haaland was out was like the ball moves on the ground, right? We move this thing, we run at people, we in the pockets, we're making these combinations. Even if they don't work, we're trying to get it off. I almost feel like Pep limits Haaland, and therefore it limits the team's attack. Because all these balls in the air, the numbers say they won't hit. Like, it's so hard to score off a cross from a header. It's really hard. Like, even on a set piece, nevertheless, when people are just sitting in the box on an action play. So, like, I feel like once you put him on, he needs to evolve his game. I think Haaland has skills. I feel like Pep is not allowing him to show them he doesn't let him come out, or he's not, or either one thing is happening. Either Holland says, I'm gonna stay here, whatever, big man, I'm gonna be big man, or Pep is telling him to stay in the box, and therefore he's not able to do all the things that Marmoush does in that spot or whatever. And it just fucks up our attack against a low block. It's too hard to ask somebody to beat a player and get a pinpoint crossing all the time. Tom, I'm gonna let you read what you wrote, because can you say that's just hilarious. Go ahead, Tom. You got it, man.
I'm simply asking, does Holland have a headers goal contract escalator? Because it seemed like it's like, to Charlie's point, is like, oh, we're gonna just put these crosses up to this big dude and he's gonna duck on somebody because we know Taylor Harwood Bellis and we know he's no good, or like that's our evaluation of him. And so yeah, it sounded like a terrible idea, but like I feel like why would you keep playing that way if for not, like, what's the reason? Again, like Cardi B, what is the reason? Like, I don't understand. Like, tell me why we keep on playing in a manner that we don't normally play in.
Agreed, bro. And like the other frustrating part is shooters have to shoot. So let's even take it to the point where Doku comes on second half, right? We know Doku occupies 2, Holland occupies 2. There's only, if I count 10 minus 4, there's only 6 more defenders on the pitch, but there are 8 more City players on the outfield. So like people have space. People weren't shooting, and they weren't taking good shots that they were. Like all these things work in tandem, because once you make this change at halftime, he admitted mistakes. That's all a manager says. At the half, I fucked up. Okay, cool. You could have brought on Doku and Savino, but whatever. You have to say, okay, y'all got to shoot. They're giving you space. Test the keeper. My man Aaron Ramsdale was out here cooling. Like we weren't peppering his net. This wasn't when Barca, if you saw a match earlier this season, they had like something like 45 shots and they just, barely got one in. Cool. That's when you're putting out effort. We were not doing that shit. And it was so annoying because, again, this doesn't end our hopes of top 5. It doesn't change anything, especially when we talk about what happened after in the Premier League. But it's just like watching that shit for 2 hours. Like, I stayed at home to watch that match. I could have got on the road and just listened to it because the shit would have been better.
That's so frustrating.
Yeah, especially 2 extra hours on the road. That's a big deal. That is a big deal. Okay, I guess my only other thoughts before we move on. Taylor Harwood Bellis, good riddance. Am I right? Bro was fouling left and right. He obviously cannot keep up. You can tell he's still bitter because just some of the fouls that he was doing is just like rough house. It's like, bro, thought this was an old club. Like, what?
He did his job, man. He did his job. I respect that, man.
He was a tryhard.
Well, Derek would be so upset if he was on this episode right now because you know how he feels about like former City players.
Yeah, and he would easily be the worst center back in our club.
Exactly.
So sorry, Terry.
Yeah.
But no, like the man, he gave best effort, and they are not Derby County. Woo! Congratulations.
Good for them.
You're second worst. Second worst of all time.
Okay, cool. All right, that was a fun conversation. Last thing. Pep talked about Holland and said, and I'm sure people saw the quote, Holland needs to be fed the ball, and it doesn't really matter where it is, from midfield, the wingers, a fullback. He needs to be supplied with the ball. Both of you guys have kind of like touched that subject about the headers aren't working. We need to try something else. With Marmoush, he adjusts. Pep lets him play a little more free, a little more flowing. He makes the runs. He'll step back. He'll do the 1-2s with people. He also takes a lot of shots. He takes his chances. He goes for it. What? Yeah, it's frustrating because Pep just wants to put Marmoush and Holland together, but then we see Marmoush and Holland together, and they do okay. But Marmoush, who goes and gets it, he goes and tries to create something. You can't do that when the focus is give Holland the ball however we can. give him a chance as many times as we can if that means absolutely nothing in the end. So I just worry about Marmoush.
I think they should play together. I think they should be like the starting tandem, right? Like it should be a thing. I will say this: I totally ignored the fact Erling Haaland had not played football in over 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's fair.
Since he left, and that's a real thing, right? The rust was real, and it's not his fault. Like you got to play in order to get better. After injury, and he was healthy, but again, he's not at his best either. And so I think if Pep is really trying to game this out, benefit of the doubt, we go against Southampton. Worst case scenario, we draw. We're good. But Haaland is now in better form for the FA Cup final, which would be against a way better side in Crystal Palace.
That's fair.
And so it was like a necessary evil. You had to play him. You couldn't just rush him to the final. That would be silly. And maybe it's like same thing, right? I want to make sure that my A guys, my best 11 is ready for the FA Cup final. Because I don't think Phil Foden or James McAtee or Rico Lewis or Condry right now are in the best 11. We've seen our best 11. It's not any of those players. But they needed to run. And they needed to just be ready, coming off injuries and such. So, and got to get 90 minutes fit. So I again, don't like it, didn't like it. I think we could have easily pummeled Southampton into oblivion if we go at it hard in the first 30. But the last 3 games, I think it'll pay dividends. I will say that. So I still didn't like it, Pep, but I understand you.
I like it. Okay, cool.
The level of that is growth in 15 minutes, everyone.
Uh-huh.
It was just like not 20 minutes ago calling this man everything but a child of God.
I understood the error of my ways. I was frustrated. I was harnessing the fact that I delayed my drive and got stuck in traffic. That was my choice to support this club and to give it TV attention. I should have given it radio attention. I made that decision. I have to live with that. It wasn't Pep's fault.
Look at the growth that we can all experience together in 15 minutes. I don't think I have that strength, understanding, empathy, and processing power that Sharpie has. But that also is why we don't. Like, I give out a point, and this happens often, even in our messaging. I'll be like, this perception of something. And he's like, how about this, though? And I'm like, that's a good point.
Wait, Crump, you asked all the questions, but you given no take. How did you feel about this whole match overall? Like, what was your really like from halftime on? Let's think about it. Doku comes on. How do you feel like to the end of the match?
I mean, it's really just like duh. I said it in the cold open about the Derby County and trying to make sure they just wanted to beat that. Once I would have hoped that Pep or someone maybe just doesn't have an English person on his staff. Maybe it's just all Spaniards and things like that who I guess wouldn't know or care about that. Because if you just have one English person on his staff that I guess had the permission to just talk to Pep. Because I'm sure there are people who are just there and they tell players what to do, but they don't necessarily talk to Pep. Hey, Derby County, bro, do you think they're going to just shut up shop? Right? And obviously he's Pep, so he can make his own decisions. But was there not someone there who could have brought that idea up to him? Just so, hey, you can do a plan B, you can be prepared. Because obviously he was shook. He was just like, he was disgusted. He was like, this is what we're doing. It's the end of the season. Like, who cares? You're already relegated. What are you doing? Play some football. No, motherfucker. Derby County. We are not sheep. They are. Sorry, I got one to go. Sorry. Okay, let's quickly talk about this FA Cup. We win. Crystal Palace. They are a much better team than Southampton. I like Sharpie's idea that you rest the people who are going to be needed for the game. You give certain players the playing time to either get in shape, to start again, and or when you come in as a sub, you aren't rusty. You got a lot of those cobwebs knocked off. I love that. Again, You coming in and you're just like, hey, let me. This is a good idea. This is a good idea. I understand it, and I truly think it's going to be helpful for a lot of other people who hated that lineup. Goodness gracious. Seeing the what is it, the silver lining in a gray cloud. Absolutely amazing, sir. Appreciate you. Okay. Champions League, I wish. FA Cup. Winner, who's winning? What's the score prediction? How we feeling? I say we win. I can't be all bummed and sad at my sister's graduation. So please, Manchester City, handle your business.
2-1 City after 120 minutes.
Oh, fuck off.
Okay. That hit me in my chest a little bit as I burped from the strawberry. I was gonna go 2-1, and I was gonna go 90 minutes. Because I actually think this is one of those matches where Crystal Palace hits us first, very similar to the 2-5 match. But because of the final, they're far more compact, right? They hit it and then they set and just try to counter the rest of the match. But I think we're like able to break them down in my mind. Like, again, I don't think it's super early. I don't know if there's a Gundo quick goal, but I feel like they catch us. We do this. You know what, though? I will say this, Crump and Tom.
Oh.
It's dependent on Pep. If he goes with the winning lineup, the best back four, we know who that is. O'Reilly, Vardiol, Diaz, Nunes. If you go with that four, I feel so much more secure. Because if you put out Rico Lewis in a final, that's akin to dropping Roger in the Champions League final. The audacity of that man, I pray on everything I love, he does not do that. He can't. He can't.
Eat that man.
He can't. Like, he had to be saying to Nunes and O'Reilly, I know y'all been cooking. I'm going to give you an extra week of rest so you are fully ready to go crazy. Like, you are bombing up and down that pitch. You are giving me 60 to 70 amazing minutes, and we can sub you out for Akanji and whoever later. But, like, that had to be the thinking. Like, he had to see a trophy in his head, and it's KDB's last FA Cup. Like, we're not leaving Wembley without a trophy. What you got, Crump?
So my mind says 3-2, but my heart says 3-0. Says, yeah, I think you give
Moment too big for Crystal Palace. First final. You know, they're in London, so they got a big crowd. KDB moment. Haaland gets crazy. There's a penalty. Mark Gahey goes, oh my God, I got to trip Haaland. I got a penalty early. So many things could happen.
Just head loss, and that's what I'm saying, and that's why I need
It will be
the last name to hurry up.
It will be Richards. You're right. It would definitely be Richards. Good point.
Oh, sorry, that is a good point. No, that's great. Great point. Yeah, I need that my sister's name to get announced, and I am quickly turning. I know the church rules. You go on the outside, not the inside. Outside, and then obviously, so I will do my thing. I'll get out of there. I'll probably even try to. I want to be seen by my sister, but that like walk back when you are leaving a place and everybody's just kind of looking at you like, "What you doing?" So I want to try to avoid that, especially down south. Like people, them faces be facing. They tell you exactly how they feel. Let's keep it moving to Baby Blue Baddies, and we can do shot called applause if you want, but we got plenty for Baby Blue Baddies that I think we should get. Let's go, Baby Blue Baddies. Okay, so hold on. Okay, cool. Man City 5-2, Crystal Palace with the 2, obviously. Great way to end the season, Joy Stadium. If you were watching the match, or even worse, you were at that stadium, Crystal Palace led for 60% of the match. Starting 11 was Keating, Kasparai, Pryor, Knack, Greenwood, Hasegawa, Alexandri, Parks, Coombs, Hemp, and Carolyn. Again, we have the Q&A. We have the end of the season Connor report. I even have Kasparai post-match, who does a good job at like summarizing the match and talks a little bit about the season. I have a few things that I want to talk about, but again, it's about the match, but overall, it's a bigger part of this half of the season under Nick Cushing. Is there anything specific that we want to talk about in this match, I guess?
No, just other than I was very upset. The fact that, like, I was, to your point, like, Crystal Palace led 60% of the match. Crystal Palace is the team getting relegated from the WSL this season. Yes, same city, same passion. Both teams played the team, like, at bottom of the table this weekend. Like, just the way that City gave up the 2 goals, like, was extremely frustrating to just witness. The defense was poor. I understood the idea behind putting Laia Alexandri together with Yui Hasegawa, but like, she was so like, she'd been checked out all season. I mean, hell, that's why, like, literally like 5 minutes after the final whistle of the match, like, you got the little notification from the City app saying, like, we thank Laia Alexandri for her service to the club and it will terminate at the end of the summer. It's like, damn, like, y'all couldn't, like, clearly one of you all could not wait to separate from this situation, whether it would be the player or the club. Like, either way, like, probably good riddance. I don't know if she's gonna play DM and replace Kira Walsh at Barcelona, if she's actually gonna play center back. Whatever. She was my low light player of the season, I guess we could say. And also, yeah, like, just for her to be a Rolls Royce defender, like, she got beat too many times for my liking. Like, if that's what she's supposed to be, like,
who said that? Who said that? Who said she was a Rolls Royce? When she picked up Naomi Gurman, who said that? Like, how you say Rolls Royce in Spanish? They say that? Because we ain't say that.
Rolls Royce. That's how.
Dreams and nightmares. You dreaming of being a Rolls Royce.
Oh,
looking like a real Camry out there.
Not wrong.
A Rolls Royce got totaled, and then they had to use other parts to fix the engine. You know, the body was good, but the engine.
Price of 300. Price of 300. That's who she is. You a whole price of 300. You are not a fan of baby girl.
You dubbed her. Like, you, I mean, it's obviously a pun, so like, I saw it going around, but you know, liability. Like, that's
like, so good. Damn.
Like,
snaps.
Like, early in the season in the watch along, you know, call their liability, and I've just made sure that has definitely been a thing. It's like, it's
because it's true.
She owes a bag to Alice Greenwood. Alice Greenwood makes her better. Like, she is necessary. Like, it is so important. Yeah. God bless you, and I hope you lose if City sees you again. Like, hope you get embarrassed by Bunny Shaw.
Okay. I didn't really care much about what Spin the Block dude said pre or post match, but I do very much.
I did want to talk, like, one last thing.
For sure.
Love Rebecca Canuck in the air, like, whether like, especially like on any sort of set piece, like, it is, and sometimes it doesn't even have to be off. It can, like, be on the recycle of the set piece. Like, she's so good aerially, and I don't think that that's something that, like, I really thought about, like, how good she could be aerially,
especially after missing it, and then she returns and she has the brace of headers. It, like, absolutely killing it.
Sharpie, read that.
I can't. I literally can't, because it will offend every English listener every person who is pro-democracy. I cannot say what I just said in the private chat, y'all.
Hey, but
if
you know, it's America.
if you follow me and you hear this, please DM me. It has to be private, and I will tell you what I said.
That's
it is
fair.
one of the best things I've ever said. It's about Rebecca Kanak, and it's about where she's from in relation to her aerial ability. And I'll leave it there. But yeah, that's all I got. That shit that made me feel good. I'm like, I heard it, thought, and I was like, yo, I'm in my bag right now. Let's fucking go.
Oh my gosh. Here is Kasparai post-match.
The second half was exciting. The first half, not so much. But yeah, no, good to come away with a comfortable win in the end, and very proud of the team to bounce back from it. And Nick changed a little bit and made us more in the way we play. It was kind of going everywhere in the first half. So I think the second half we were a bit more organised, a bit more disciplined in our positional play, and I think also from a group perspective, we felt like we couldn't come away with the loss. We had to win. We had to win for our fans. We had to win for ourselves, and I think that kind of made sure we got that final little push. After, I can say it's been a disappointing season for us and for the club as well. So the least we wanted to do for ourselves, for the fans, for everyone within this organisation was to win today and to put on a bit of a show, and I think at the end we managed to do that.
You've talked about rewarding the fans and thanking them for their efforts. Just a quick word on them because they've been incredible.
Thank you. I mean, definitely doing it for the fans. That makes sense. That holds up. I'm happy that she said it. Oh, sorry. I guess thought I was gonna say something. Then I decided it's not as hilarious as what Sharpie put in the chat, but yeah,
that's a private moment. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it so we can always have it. I will ask this question though. She mentioned the phrase, I believe, and I quote, more organized and more, was it structured? What was the other phrase?
Yeah, the players played with more positional structure.
Yeah. It's interesting to me. Do you all remember a manager that had us extremely organized and extremely structured? Y'all remember that guy? Y'all remember him, right? You can say yes. You remember him. You gotta like him, but you know him, right?
Sharpie, we ain't got a coach right now, and now you making me pine for the days of Gareth fucking Taylor. I cannot believe that this shit is happening.
Here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. The thing about spinning the block is, like everything in life, it's a 50-50 proposition. Either it goes well or it doesn't. And when injuries happen, it makes it harder. Let's be real. This man was missing a lot of players for a lot of time. It's not his fault. It's not we had a healthy squad and just fell off. We didn't bottle anything, right? But I will say, when she mentioned those phrases, the first time I heard this quote, I was like, oh, that means that in the last few matches and months, you haven't had that type of discipline and structure, which is very essential to playing really good possession-based football, which is how we, get to this standard. And while we're still rated 5th in the world from Opta, even though we haven't done shit this season. So I just want to put out my one last state as we get into the end of the season review. My guy, Gas, I'm going to miss you, dog. I miss you, bro. Now, I hope we continue to fly, and the club is bigger than a manager, of course. But, bro, I will put it out there. Since day one, day uno, I've been with you, dog.
Yeah, you have.
And I never left because I saw the product. I saw the process. And process sometimes is more important than just like, oh, my God, ball over the top, goal. How are you breaking down a team? How are you able to go up against the good teams? Who was the manager when we beat Barcelona? Gareth Taylor. Chelsea couldn't do it. Chelsea got their ass whipped by Barcelona. Embarrassed. And even when we lost to Barcelona, it wasn't embarrassing. We just lost, whatever, cool. But, we beat them at home 2-0. That shit happened. And I'm going to always hold on to that. And Naomi Laisdell was playing. And God damn it, that man thinks Gracie Pryor is better than Naomi Laisdell. And get the fuck out of here.
And it's even to the fact that, his refusal to use Laisdell, Weinrother, both of those players have proved themselves under previous management. Again, I know it's previous management, but it's just him also using players outside of their best qualities. Coombs as an attacking midfielder, what are we doing? Pryor as center back over and over again, over Lazell, even when Greenwood came back. What were you gonna say?
Like I don't feel like we really had any options.
I mean, like I said, try Lazell. That's the thing. Like he wouldn't even sub in Lazell, and even Weinrother. He gave her chances in the Champions League runs, but then after that, he stopped. And I know that Kamak, and even Greenwood returns. You use Greenwood as a left back. What are we doing, bro? We know her thing is she's great, tidy on the ball, can distribute the ball, ping it all over the place, progressive carries, progressive passes as a center back. Not her bombing up and down the left wing, my boy. Like you saw that it wasn't going to work in the match from the first try when she was sprinting all the way up that pitch, just making a wind sprint, goes to do the cross but can't get to it because guess why? She's a center back who usually has the ball at her foot, light movement, maybe stationary, and can just put a beautiful pass on the line. Not trying to sprint and kick in across. To who? Who's in center back right now? Is it Bunny Shaw? No, it's not. Like what? I get we have injuries, but you had weeks to make adjustments and he didn't. It just stayed stagnant. And he just kept being like, I need more from the ladies. I need them to believe. I need more from them. When do we start asking about you, my boy? This is supposed to be a job for you for CFG, another team. Half of our teams are trash right now in the City Football Group, and I don't want you at any of them. Like, stay away from us. Get away from us. Get out of here. I'm over you.
I told that man lead a group. Get out the group.
Bye.
He said bye.
None of the 13 teams, 11 teams that are in this group. None of them.
No continent. Don't touch Europe. Don't touch America. Don't touch Australia. Good day, sir.
Don't touch Asia. Nothing. Everything that you just said, that's how I feel about the player that we had talked about before. So
that's fair. Like, bro, you didn't give Oyama a chance. Like, we're out of.
Is she a real human?
Like, bro, I think so.
Like, is she AI or is she like real? Because I've never seen a player that's been signed never play that's of age. It's not like Claudio Echeverri, where like, okay, you're young, you come to men's side, cool. Like,
I mean, no, she is young. She's 19.
She's young, but she's 19. I get it. But like in any of these matches, my boy, when we had injury crisis, the injury crisis of WSL lore,
just making numbers.
She couldn't get a second. Like, I don't remember seeing. I think she was the number 30. I don't remember seeing her on the pitch.
I think she got about like 40 minutes, and again, that was all behind Gareth.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, my bad. Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Damn,
extra
I love
time for Yui.
I love evidence. I love text evidence. Let's go.
Yeah, just extra time play. Yeah, just do it.
Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead, talk, Tom.
Let's wrap up the season because yeah,
it's frustrating. No, I'm with you. Let's keep it moving to the first category, which is player of the season. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna give mine to 18. I thought she was good both up and down the pitch. Like, she gave, like, if there was a terrifying winger, like, I wasn't necessarily scared if they were playing up against her. Like, if there was a fullback that was like not up to snuff, like, I knew that she was food because, like, Casper, I was gonna like eat her up. I felt like she was so much of, especially after Greenwood got hurt, I felt like she was so much of the leader of the team than who they gave the captain's armband to.
All facts. Agreed. And I love that I've watched so much of this season. I think I saw like probably 18, 19 out of the 22 WSL matches. So I have a really good handle this year compared to last year. And Casper is incredible, but for me, it's the one they gave it like Yui. Like Yui Hasagawa is a top 5 DM in the world, in my opinion. If you look at all the big countries, all the big DMs, she's better than anything England got. I know Oberdorf been coming back. She's better than the 6 in America. Like, could you imagine her on the American side? What she would do as a DM? My God, could you
That's
imagine?
not even what she does for country.
It's not her best position. She's an 8 who starlights as a 6 and dominates WSL. What's a game off? We don't know. So her availability is high. Her ball recovery is high. Her duels are incredible. Her passing's phenomenal. Like her dribbling's top. Like her control, she does everything so well. And I had more respect because she kept going. It's very easy if a team around you is injured for that little knock you have to be like, you know what? Players do it all the time in any sport, man or woman. I need to take some time off. My team, look at me. Bunny gone, Lauren gone, Jill gone. I need to be gone for a little bit. Never took a match off. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, it's the ultimate standard. And same for Casper, right? Like, it's not just Yui, but like, Yui's phenomenal, man. And I've gained so much more respect for what she does. She's Tiny Rodri.
Yeah.
That's what she is.
Roger in the ponytail.
Roger in the ponytail, right?
It's and I'm gonna give it to a different person. I love this. We're just giving our ladies the flowers. I want to give it to Mary Fowler. Like Yui, monster, Casper doing her thing, but Fowler literally gave her all to this club. Gareth not playing Chloe, which meant Fowler needed to play more and needed to be on the ball more. Then him goes down. Bunny's not able to play. That's more attacking responsibility. That's more time on the ball. I remember her going from just a tiny little bit of kinesiology tape to just getting bigger and bigger. And then there's 2 strips, and now it's down and across. And then, her knee goes out. It literally gave her all for this club. And it's recognized, breaking a record of most consecutive games with assists. Like, she was contributing. She was killing motherfuckers on the side. Left foot, right foot, who knows which is her better foot. Thank you, truly, Mary.
I love that answer. Like, because
So
I think
good.
one of the things that we do also forget is that, like, y'all know that Hemp and Fowler were 1 and 2 in assists still.
Still, yeah.
Yeah.
And Bunny still got to go to boot. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
and it should be hers based on minutes played. It should be hers, but whatever.
Yeah, like per 90, like it should be hers.
Yeah, by a long shot. Yeah. Okay. That was great. Look at this. I'll be able to clip that up where we each give a player their own love. That's nice. Best win of the season. I will go first. It's the 4-0 win over Liverpool at the Joy. Bunny Brace roared. Pryor scored from that crazy shot cross. It was just good vibes. Good vibes.
Oh, Barcelona at the Joy. Like, that's the. I think that cemented, like, the club, and was like, oh, okay, Man City is actually doing something. Like, this is real. Like, especially, like, all of the clubs in Europe are intimidated by Barca, and, like, for good reason, based off a resume. But like, the fact that they did not play intimidated in that match, and were the aggressors and intimidators, like, that's the way that you have to beat Barcelona. And obviously it worked. So that clearly is the best win of the season for me.
Sharpie.
I wanted to do the thing where we say 3 different things because I like that. And I was thinking about Cushing's win over Chelsea. That was a big win. That happened. It was a thing. But the Barca win was monumental. That was the team at our best. You saw you went up against the best club in the world and you shut them out. That is ridiculous. Barca doesn't get shut out. Like, it's insane what they do to not just their own league in Spain, what they do to anybody who comes up against them. Again, see the Chelsea 2-leg tie. They embarrassed the 6-time consecutive winners of the WSL, the invincible 22-game WSL winners. They did not belong on the same pitch as Barcelona. We beat them and didn't lose crazy on the aggregate in a 2-leg tie, right? Or in the group stage, like 2 legs. So, like, what they did, the way those women went out there and gave everything, right? It wasn't pretty. We knew we couldn't have dominate the ball, blah, 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 but we scored the goal. We took the chances. And, like, I'll never forget that. That was sublime.
Yeah. I'm with you. For worst loss, I have Chelsea's 3-0 loss in the second leg of the UWCL. And it's, yes, it was a bad loss because of scoreline, but it was just watching a team that is injured, exhausted, playing so defensively. That was the game where I was more mad at Cushing. That was the big step to me, just being like, okay, fuck this dude. Went and beat them. Yeah, it was a smash and grab type of win against Chelsea, but all you had to do was just not lose by 3. What do they do? Right. Give up 3 in the first half, and then no more. That's it. Like, Chelsea didn't even score in the second half. It was a Sonia Simeone masterclass. But for you to set the team up that's how you want them to play, you played scared with world-class players. Yes, not our team wasn't stacked full of them, but we had enough to at least scare Chelsea enough where they couldn't consistently just attack and attack and attack. It just felt sad. It was tepid. I just don't want to see my team play like that.
The body language of that match was bad.
Yeah.
Charlie, what you got for this one?
It's the match, Tom, you've harped on because it's real. Ellison scored a hat trick, bro. Saturday, January 19th. It was a 4-2 loss, a 2-4 loss at home. Like you said, embarrassed us in our home.
At the Etihad, at the big house.
The one we don't get that often because they don't love us like they love the Arsenal women at the Emirates. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
So when you come into the big house, you're supposed to perform, and we did not. And we had no excuses that day. I looked at the lineup and I was like, who played? And I was like, we didn't have Bunny, but we had everybody else. Lauren Hill was missing, but still, like, you can't give up a Ellison hat trick. So I'm gonna say that's the worst loss. Because even a draw helps, and you think about where the table lies. So, yeah, that was it. What you got, son?
So, to me, this match was the canary in the coal mine match. The 2-1 away loss to Everton at Walton Park. That was the loss. I was like, oh, are we fraudulent? Are we fake? Like, I mean, I get that, we just had come off of Champions League. We didn't have Bunny available, but like, we didn't score until we got a penalty in the 89th minute. And like, we let in 2 goals in 8 minutes. Like, that was, to me, that was like the worst loss, because you saw, like, in retrospect, I think like one of the reasons why Gareth lost his job is that, like, because he is so exacting, like, it takes a lot of mental energy to be in the exact right place, have that positional structure and discipline. And sometimes it just turns off. Like, and if it turns off, like, can be a statement on the manager. And I think that this was one of those matches.
Hey, storyline of the season. I am going to let my show bros go first. Storyline, it can be obviously on the pitch, off the pitch. It can be something that you made up in your own brain that this is how you kind of see this storyline, our narrative. It's just what has happened throughout this season that has intrigued you the most.
A terrible Black History Month. I mean, the results might have been there, but the vibes were terrible. They were so bad, because you lose the Arsenal match at home in heartbreaking fashion, right? And then you have all of this stuff coming out around Bunny. Mary Fowler decides that she's going to win the Leagues Cup match against Arsenal in regular time. And then Gareth Taylor comes in and doesn't really defend the player from basically saying hey, she called in black today. And yeah, she called in black that day because people call her out of her name. And no, you do not know what that's like, but that's demeaning for any individual. And then expect someone who is so publicly to see it so often, to the fact that they basically were off social media for quite some time. I think it was just recently she reactivated her Instagram. And I think that it just all kind of went downhill from there. And it didn't really once the match at West Ham happened the first weekend, that's apparently when they had the draw, and Gareth and Bunny had that supposed argument or whatever, and then you win the FA Cup match against Villa, and then you hear Gareth Taylor's gone, and all of a sudden it just goes far downhill from there, and it doesn't really ever get better.
Love that storyline, especially because it obviously centers around Bunny. I'm gonna just go health is wealth, man. An injury crisis is so hard to overcome when you're losing the whole spine of your team. Bunny, Roard, Viv, Greenwood, right? Everybody's out. And Lauren Hemp, when Lauren Hemp went down, I was yo, I thought if Lauren Hemp stays healthy, we could make do with, especially Fowler in her form she was in. Then you throw in a Caroline transfer, which we'll get to later, right? I think we could have made it. When Lauren Hemp went out too, I was yo, we're cooked. You just can't overcome 5 starting of your 11. It's impossible to do that. And we only missed out on 3rd place by 3 points, right? It just really was health. And this is one of those seasons, like Casper, I said, it's disappointing, but we know who we are. We know our capabilities when we're fully fit.
Yeah. And my storyline is the what the fuck happened with Chloe Kelly storyline, because all it covered, it led to the injuries because players were playing more. It put a magnifying glass on Fujino because she's why is this kid getting playing time over Chloe Kelly? It made us go, what is going on? It was the beginning of Gareth Taylor's kind of just downward spiral, because I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a time where I was he seems really snippy in these pre-match pressers. I don't know what's going on. Do you guys hear this? I could sense something was going on. And it just seemed very weird that and you can do what you do and obviously you can handle a team however you win. Pep says it all the time. When you win, you get away with stuff. The team started it out when what may or may not have happened with them, with players behind the scenes also probably could have helped facilitate the thing. But it was just crazy going from the team killing it, beating Barcelona, to what's going on with the Chloe Kelly situation. Chloe Kelly making Man City once again look like bullies and just not a good place to go to. Then we have to get rid of him. Now we got Split the Block, dude. It just was the first step to just a crumble of a season.
Okay, question. If you're Chloe Kelly, you've been on loan to Arsenal. Do you come back from your loan?
All that did you see all of the social media, all of the hullabaloo that was made about her going back home? She like for them to do all that and her to not get signed by Arsenal. Like I'm fake. After seeing the struggling, knowing we still won't have Mary Fowler, if we have to make a lot of adjustments, I would love to believe that I would love her back, but she's about to go to Arsenal, who are in the Champions League final. They have Champions League next season. Why would you come back to again struggle after you got the Weirdos this season or this summer, depending on how well they do? Like I don't know. Like I just from multiple reasons, there's no reason for her to come back to City, stay with City, and all that. Again, the main thing is all that noise that was made, all the old photos of her when she was a teenager in the Arsenal gear and all this other stuff. Like you can't do that and then go back to Man City. Like it's awkward.
Well, based on what I just read, she got a contract, so she's a free agent.
Oh, is she out of contract?
She signed a 3-year deal in 22.
Okay.
The Athletic says the England international who is out of contract at the end of the 24-25 season.
Okay.
So I think that's why we did the loan. You get something for her versus nothing, and she left on a full free versus like, hey, we got a loan fee. But I definitely think Arsenal would be silly not to re-sign her. Like, yeah, she's happy in London. Yeah, enjoy, have fun.
Especially since young Thatch is supposed to come to Manchester on the red side.
Okay. What will you be most interested in this summer?
Coach. Who's the coach? Who's the coach? Who's the coach? Nothing else matters.
That's going to be a question that was sent in by Shady Gang, so we'll talk about that more a little bit. But I like that. That's a good hint to where we're going to go.
Is Bunny getting extended, or is she running out her contract? Without Bunny, this whole club changes.
Oh, and that also is a question sent by Shady Gang. Y'all are so great. My thing is this sevens tournament that our women's Man City women are supposed to be playing in, this inaugural Women's World Sevens tournament in May. It's going to be in Estoril, Portugal, where the money, the pool of money, like out of everything, it's not you can get $5 million, 3.76 million pounds by winning. It's just what's available in the pool. But either way, that's still big money. That's money that can bring in players. Hey, they might. So, like, I'm interested who's going to be playing that. Sevens. So, yeah, it is. It's May 21st through 23rd. So
many of the players, like, I would imagine, like, if you have international duties, that you're not going to play in that.
Definitely like a youth,
Greenwood is the captain, I believe, of it, though. So, like, I think
maybe it's like the last. You said May 23rd or whatever.
21st to 23rd, yeah.
23rd. So maybe it's like the last little tune-up before Euros prep, right? Because they do have time between the start of Euros. Yeah. And it's like, hey, you do it for your club. Yeah, make a bag. And then you go on full international duty. But that would be probably my second storyline is like, how do our players perform in Euros this summer? Like, we know him got back to make sure she is there for the Euros. Greenwood, same thing. Kaspar's out here balling. I wonder what if Kanak's going to start for Germany.
You would hope so.
it's going to be, we got some questions, and obviously, well, she's not our player no more, but is Laya going to start for Spain? Just interested, very interested.
Well, and also, like, how is Carolyn going to do at Copa?
Yeah.
So every women's tournament is happening, right? Like, okay, yeah. Or is it just Copa?
Just Copa
and
and Worlds, yeah.
Euros, and then
the Asia
WAFCON.
Cup is in. Oh, WAFCON is happening too.
Okay.
And then the women's Asian Cup is in the winter.
Oh, it's like the way they do CAF. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Okay. Got it.
So yeah, we're gonna lose all of our Japanese players midway through the season. That's fun.
Right.
Oh gosh. Okay, let's get to this Q&A. First question. I'm not gonna give people's names. I mean, it's all social media, so no one really cares, but for future reference, if you want me to give you a specific shout, let me know in the message that this is your question. I appreciate you all. Who do you appoint City as next head coach of the women's team? I'll go first. Actually, no, Tom Baum. Let's get yours out because you've been pushed.
The answer is Seb Hines. There's no other answer that matters. Seb Hines is the only answer that matters to this question. Seb Hines needs to be the manager of Manchester City Women's Football Club. I understand that there's going to be a very small likelihood of that happening. And I am also positioning myself to be very disappointed. And I probably will be disappointed in that manager until we win a cup.
That's fair.
Like, until we win the league.
Yeah.
But my choice is Seb Hines.
I like it. You got any ideas, Sharpie? Or I can go first. Give you some time.
I got an idea, and I think it's what from a different continent than Seb Hines, but just as excellent. Probably the best manager in women's football in the world. He definitely coaches the best team in the world. I would say Pere Romeo, the coach of Barcelona. Just like we got a Spaniard for the men's side, and look what happened, right? It took us to a different level. I think you'll get the best. You drop the bag. Tom, you covered the NWSL. Money talks. You see what ACFC did. They say, hey, you're in Bayern Munich. Come on over. Come get this money. That Disney money is real.
You even see what Washington Spirit did. You see what Michelle Kang did for
Heraldez, right? Like Jonathan Heraldez. And he's the name that like is on my phone right now first. But like you gotta go get the best manager that you can. And again, Seb is one. I just want to give a different opinion. One of these two, I feel like need to come over.
And those are great names. And the way that I feel, it's either you do the whole buy low for a high ceiling, a la Sean Goder, or you go for those big names where it shakes people. It's the Seb Hines, bring him home. It's Barca's manager. Hell, even after the Worlds is over, still Martina Voss Tecklenburg. Like, take her from Germany. Like, do some just like big moves that makes people be like, oh shit, like, yeah, they're out of the Champions League, but that gives the manager a year to instill their system into the players, get players who they think will fit the team slowly but surely, and then hopefully obviously win the league or get in that Champions League spot, win League Cups, do something where we can then take on that whole, like, I really want to get a bigger name, because if we buy low, obviously that buys us a year, but then I think they're on a shorter leash. We kind of need to get a name where it doesn't really matter what they do. Or like even with Sonia Simeone, like, you can hate how they played the games, but did they go undefeated in the league? Like when it comes down to it, they won all of the domestic league cups. Like, they had their success. Like, was it Champions League? No. Was she brought in to do Champions League? No. But they won. They fucking won.
I think it's also going to be interesting this season because not only are we out of a coach, but Leon is no longer going to have a coach. Joe Montemurro is going to coach the Matildas. So they will also be looking for a manager. I will be interested to see who we hire as manager and if we hire before they do.
Oh, nice. Okay. Next question. With continuing injuries over the past season, do City do the unthinkable, sell Bunny Shaw and replace? I assume just use her money and that we would get from her and build up to the team?
If through agents and intermediaries in her camp, if you know that she is going to walk on a free a la Trent Alexander-Arnold, she's too valuable to let go. Like, she could break the record for the world transfer fee. Some club, some continent could come get her. Be it somewhere in England, somewhere in America, whatever. I say if you cannot get her get a deal done, she needs to be out of here by the start of the season, by the end of the transfer window. There's no point in keeping her and just letting her walk for free. That's business. That's head over heart. I hope she gets the contract extended. But like I've been bringing this up for like a month now. She cannot walk on a free. She is too valuable.
Yeah.
No, I mean, she cannot walk on a free. And I also wonder who has the money to pay her. Like, because like Barca's not gonna pay her, like, because they don't necessarily value her skill set. Like, maybe Real Madrid would do it. Possibly PSG, but then she plays behind Katoto. Can you play her and Katoto together? Probably. Make a way to make it happen. So like, and NWSL's transfer fee is like too low for what her valuation is. So she's not coming to this league. Maybe Mexico, because they will spend some money on some players. But that I don't know the answer to that.
She has to at least match what Germa got. And like you said, I don't know who's going to be able to come on, Drew. I don't know who's going to be able to make that happen. But again, something is for me better than nothing. Like, that would be so terrible. Could you imagine talking 11 months from now? It's April of 2026, and we know Bunny's leaving, and nothing came of it. It's just a hole in the squad. Like, I don't want to do that as a supporter of the club. Love Bunny, but if she wants to leave, do what happened. Maybe you get a manager that like she loves and will resign because of that. But other than that, man, like, yeah, man, I club over player.
I honestly, I liken it to with Wilfred Zaha and Crystal Palace. Obviously, it's all still just like rumors, but it was the rumor that Real Madrid were wanting him and they were willing to pay like 100 million, like 80 million for him. They kept him. They let him go on a free because he's a legend. They paid him very well. And the team is really just started to recover, but they had to get rid of Olise, and it's rumored that Eze wants to get out of there as well. So it's like you do the honorable thing, quote unquote, and everybody just comes and looks a fool. And you still lose out on the players. It could potentially, the lack of money means you can't strengthen your team, and your team gets weaker at the same time. It's just, I'm with it. If we have to absolutely sell her, I personally, it will crush me if we just don't see Bunny on the pitch again. Like, absolutely crush me.
Y'all are making me sad.
I'm sorry. We can keep it moving. Lauren Hemp's best assist this season. That was a question. I'll go first. There were 10 of them. in all competitions this season, so I can understand why they was tough. I will give a couple of my favorites. I have two answers. There's a runner-up, September 18th against Paris FC. It was a hemp back heel to Jess Park. She did like a 1-2. It was either Yui or Alexandria that she like 1-1 and then cut and then hit it to Hemp, and Hemp did a back heel. Jess Park just smashed it inside past the keeper. It was just beautiful. That was in the 5-0 victory. They were wearing the Oasis kits, so that is a huge downgrade because of the vibes. But the true winner, it's a trick question. November 8th versus Tottenham. That was a hat trick of assists for Lauren Hemp. And that is the trick question. The answer is a hat trick, a try assist, a three-headed monster of assists. The first was Hemp dummies for a cross, then does a right turn hezzy, but goes back inside to crossing with the left. She hits a floating pass cross directly to Bunny. Bunny heads the ball and it just kind of trickles past the keeper. The second assist, which I know you're not supposed to have a favorite when it comes to like triplets and things like that, kids in general. But here I am having a favorite of a 3 assists. Hemp dribbled past 2 defenders, brought in a third before she laid it off to Joe Roard, who beat a defender of her own, just smashed the ball past the keeper. It was gorgeous. And then her third, confirming her hat trick. That cross, it just like canceled 3 defenders. Just either they were too far ahead, just behind, but I know each defender was like, oh, I can reach it. It's perfect. Like those were my favorite assists by Lauren Hemp this year.
I'm gonna go what Crunk said. Crunk, you hit it on the head. You got it, bro.
That's the list. Yeah, that's the list. He sent the list.
Because I have all 10 written down. I made notes. I like rewatched each one, and yeah, the first is the Paris FC match, and like there's corners. Like what I do love about her assists is she does it in every single way. It's I beat defenders. I hit a long cross in. I do a long driving fizzy. Just do a little cheeky back heel, set piece. She just distributes the ball. She supplies her people, and then also does her own thing. Like she scored a fair amount of goals as well. She's just a baller. I really love Lauren Hemp. Thank you for the question because it gave us a chance to, again, show a great player some love. Last question. If City didn't have all of these injuries, could they have won the league?
No. Second. I think we could have got second, but I think Chelsea would have won the league regardless.
Yeah, I don't. I think we might have had 2 matches against Barca if everyone was healthy, but I don't think we win the league.
I'm with you because that lost to Everton. That was with a full staff. That wasn't an injured team. And that hurt my soul so much. Again, because I was driving in rain to Chicago for the Manchester Derby. That just the whole day was pain. I drove 3 hours. I wasted gas money. What I will say, it was amazing. I was able to see the homie Jake, a 50+ donor. Got to hang out with him. That was amazing. My breakfast was really good. Like, all in all, it was a good day. Like, I had a fun experience. I got to see the trophies. Got to hang out with some cool people. Like, it was, all in all, it was good. But there was also a lot of sad that was directly tied to the football club that I love. Same city, same passion. Yeah. Hey, that was everything. Thank you again, everybody, for your questions. Obviously, so this is what I'm going to be doing. The season is over. What I will be doing, last year I did end of the season report. I brought in somebody from each Premier League club and talk to them about their team. This year, I'm going super crazy. I'm doing a team on the Premier League and the WSL. And I'm having some people that we've had on before. I'm having some new people, some really dope people. And I'm just going to cover the league. All of these are going to be on FanFest and FanFest/Patreon. I will do the first 15 minutes on the podcasting like we do for Patreon. But if you want to watch these, you either have to subscribe to FanFest, which is free. So I'm making it even available. But you need our Patreon. So either way, you got to do some sort of work. Come join us at FanFest. We're doing some really cool things. And our Patreon, you subscribers, you deserve to get every single thing that we create, and you will. I'm like 92% sure I'm going to Atlanta and Philadelphia for Club World Cup. I will be doing some cool things. I should be going live with some journalists while I'm there. I'm working out some things. Live will be only available for Patreon. So subscribe to our $6 tier Patreon, because even though the season is over, that means my most dope guests that I have on, they have more time on their hands. We got Worlds to talk about. We got Copa America to talk about. We got these transfers to talk about. The season is over. That just gives me more reason to reach out to new people, build that network in other ways. Show Bros, please tag yourself. Let people know where they can find you and the things that you do. Tamba?
If there's a social media app that I use, you can find me at TomBomb816.
At Sharpie Charlie. I'm there.
Hey, and anything for the pod at Shades of Blue and W, at Shades of Blue and W. We are on so many social media apps. So just at Shades of Blue and W, and you can find us. Oh, the Knicks are ahead. Okay, we got like 3 minutes. Hey, you know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang.